Well, here we are, our monthly health and wellness session with the one and the only Coach Cai. Coach, how are you?
Hello, Paul. It's a good day. Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm happy to be back here, and so exciting for the discussion for today.
Okay.
How are you?
Okay, cool. I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I'm good. It's been, as I said to you, it's been a couple of tiring weeks for me, but I'm good. I'm getting my body clock back to normal, so
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. I know we've got a topic that we're going to discuss, but before we get into that, obviously the Philippines on the 6th of August is going back down into enhanced lockdown. I don't even know what the term means anymore, but we're going back through, into lockdown. For our viewers out there, have you got maybe three or four top hints or tips that they can use during lockdown, even if it's just keeping them sane? That's the wrong terminology, but looking after their mental wellness. Have you got anything that you'd like to share?
Yeah. Paul, I understand that this is really a frustrating time for us. This is the longest lockdown ever in the whole world, and we're getting in and out of it, and we've had so many variations derivatives of this lockdown. We have like I don't even know, like MECQ, ECQ, GCQ, and all of that. But bottom line, it's getting us all frustrated, and we're not happy, and we've seen this affect our health and our mental health and our physical health, and we've seen people close to us who suffered and things like that. But one thing that like one of the things that I want to share is that we still really need to take care of ourselves and our immune system. So when this happened last year, we weren't hiding because we're avoiding to get COVID. Like we're not there. We just like, oh, I don't want to get COVID, so I'm just gonna hide in my house and put on masks and things like that, and doing all these things to prevent getting sick. But we were on the mindset of, in case we get this, we can fight through it. We have
Okay.
a really, really good chance to survive this. So we have to prepare for that scenario wherein we get infected with COVID. And that's what we did. And that's what happened to us when we got COVID in April this year. We were able to, like, 10 days in, we're already working out after that. So we were in that shape of our lives that we are healthy. Of course, we don't want to be sick, but in case we get sick, our bodies are capable. Our immune system is there to back us up, and we can fight through it. So I think at this point we should focus more on becoming more healthy. On becoming healthier and like really, really increasing or like strengthening our immune system. I think this is a really important conversation, more than just hand washing and face shield and distancing. More than that, it's really about health. So go eat your vegetables, eat good food, like avoid food that promotes inflammation, that harms your immune system, right? So go for whole foods, avoid processed food, avoid added sugar, like things like that, and just really focus on health. And if you're worried about people around you, especially for those the senior members of the family, of the community, this is actually the best time to encourage them to do some movement and like really take care of themselves, even when they're, especially if they're old. Yeah,
So
I
before
said
we
a
get
lot
onto the main, yeah, I know but that was good. It was all really valuable, right? And I sometimes think it's good to hear off an expert like you and just kind of data dump. I know we're going to talk about, another topic in a minute, but in terms of kind of what you were saying there about eating healthy, I often see on your posts you use a local firm to deliver your vegetables, right? So what's that firm that you use?
Okay, so we decided to go for local farms. So we're working with the farmer's kitchen because in that way we're taking care of ourselves, but also we're taking care of the community, because this service delivery is supporting our local farmers. And since the pandemic happened, a lot of our farmers, a lot of the people are suffering because business are closing down, and things are closing down. We are losing money in our economy and things like that. And these people need support. So instead of going to the groceries because it's easy, it's convenient, let's reach out to more local farmers who would need more support from us. So
Excellent. And how do you do that? Is that an app or is it online? How do you order from the because
they
I've
now
looked at it and I've gone, I need to do that and not done it. So what's the way?
yeah.
What's the best way of doing it?
um there are communities local in within the community that they would just like do this on their own, like their order vegetables from Baguio, for example. But there are already companies doing this. So my delivery company, uh, they do have an app wherein you can subscribe for your vegetables, and it's there. You put your
Right.
subscription one time, and you get your vegetables every week, like
Excellent.
so hassle free.
Hassle free. That's the main thing these days, isn't it? Right. So let's get to what we want to talk about today. Let's get to the crux of the issue, or I don't know if issue is the right word, but the topic. You want to speak quite passionately about the health of your gut, right? And I know that somebody tuning in, what do you mean you want to talk about the gut? That's not maybe the most inspiring or entertaining
I
story,
know.
right? But it's valuable, right? So go ahead.
Yeah. So the inspiration really is connected with strengthening the immune system, and with, as I mentioned earlier, the way that we look at protecting ourselves against COVID is to really prepare, make sure that we're healthy, we're strong if we ever get sick, right? So your immune system, like 80%, 70% of your immune cells, they're in your gut. So your gut, like your stomach, your digestive tract, including your intestines. This is like your portal to the real world, to the outside world. Well, except for your senses, wherein you can like, but really you take in things outside, and I don't just mean food, right? So like toxins, whatever, like oxidants or things like that in the environment. The get to your body through your skin, through your nose, or when you swallow something, and then they go through your entire digestive tract. So food, drinks, and everything. So this is really how you connect with your environment. And your immune system is housed in your gut, and this is what's protecting you from what's good for you, and it's deciding what's bad for you. So it's gonna reject it. What's good for you, so it's going to absorb it. So many so many researches, we have a lot of them proving that if we want to take care of ourselves, if we want to take care of our immune system, start with your gut health. Okay, so this
Wow.
is not just about the food that you will eat, but also what is the process by which we consume the food, and then this food gets absorbed in our body, and then gets utilized in our body as energy or as other things that we need, right? So there are like signs for like to tell us that if our gut is healthy or not. So this is gut health, or like gut unhealthiness is not a condition yet. Gut problem or
Gut problems. Okay.
it's not a medical condition yet. It's
Okay.
not recognized, but it's recognized as a symptom. It's a symptom of
Okay.
something else, like a symptom for I don't know what other diseases. I'm not a medical person, but it's just a symptom. But really, when you see things differently, when you fix your gut and you're able to absorb nutrients, you're able to digest food, it's going to affect your health. So, for example, I have a friend who has like acne breakouts, like super, super breakouts. And she's been to derma, she's done a lot of things and things like that, but she would still have breakouts. And apparently, she has leaky gut. So, what is leaky gut? I'm not sure if you've heard this before, or a lot of like
Never.
some. people. Yeah, it's a
I've never heard the term leaky gut. I don't know if I
yeah.
want to be honest with you, Coach, but go for
There
it.
is there is such thing as a leaky gut. It means it's your intestine or your digestive tract has a higher permeability of absorbing substances from your stomach. So that
Okay.
means sometimes partially digested food can get through, or some toxins can get through, like mostly oils can get through, and this is not good for your body, and sometimes it would manifest in in breakouts in your skin issues, skin diseases, or it could affect your blood sugar, it could affect your neurotransmitters, so it could affect your moods. So they have a lot of studies with leaky gut and how it manifests in different form. For example, acne breakouts. And would you imagine like having a leaky gut and like an unhealthy like of bacteria in your stomach can cause your face to break out. It's a connection, right? So what happens when we eat food is we digest it first with our saliva, and then we pass
Yeah.
it through the your stomach, and then you start digesting, and then some of the food would get absorbed when it passes through your small intestine, and then it gets further absorbed or digested in your small intestine and large intestine. And the way that food is digested is via the bacteria in your gut. So they eat the bacteria, they ferment the food, and then it's going to release all the things like the nutrients and whatever, you break it down, right? So if you don't have a really good what do you call this, a good microbiome, we call it, or a population of good bacteria in your gut, most likely the food will not be digested properly. And a lot of things can happen if food is not digested properly. It can harm your gut lining, your intestine lining, and you can have like lesions in your intestine, because this you have this partially digested food, which is like chunks of it getting stuck in your intestine. So it can also affect how you pass poop. You can suffer, and you can suffer from constipation and things like that. You're not able to digest the nutrients, so you may suffer from different nutrient deficiency. And when you don't get those nutrients, for example, neurotransmitters, food nutrients that can promote neurotransmitters, it can affect your moods. So I've seen studies linking leaky gut with depression. So it's actually a really really big topic. I'm not sure I can cover everything in one go, but
No.
um, yeah. So I'm just saying that it is important to have a really really thriving healthy gut or bacteria in your tummy, so that you can improve your immune system. So
Right.
um
As you say, Coach, right, there's a hell of a lot to unpack there, and I don't think we're going to get it done in 30
yeah,
minutes, right? Um,
yeah,
and when I was growing up in the UK, there was this phrase that suddenly started to become quite trendy and quite cool, right? It was the probiotics phrase, right? Where you could get it from Yakult, you could get it from yogurts and all that type of stuff. So, we've only got a limited amount of time today. So I guess you've outlined there a list of challenges or issues that can come from if you don't look after your gut, which I think
yeah,
in future shows we can probably unpack a little bit more. But if you were
yeah,
to kind of maybe list the top 2 or 3 things that our audience members out there at the moment could do to improve their gut, apart from ordering, like local produce that you were talking about, what else hints and tips do you have that, normal people like me what can we do to improve our gut health?
yeah. Okay. So you mentioned prebiotics and probiotics, and I just wanna touch on this real
Please,
quick. So you
please.
have good and bad bacteria in your tummy. So when you eat a lot of food that is highly processed or a lot of food that has added sugar, say junk food, baked food, like all the sugary things, the bad bacteria in your gut really loves that, and then they eat when you consume this population of bad bacteria grows.
Okay.
So it decreases the population of good bacteria. So when you have bad bacteria and imagine like millions, billions of bad bacteria populating your gut, yeah, this is how some people would experience flatulence because it's, of course, there's gonna be gas when
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah,
eat
yeah.
sugary food, right? So um, probiotics is actually the good bacteria. So you take in like Yakult and things like that. These are the bacteria itself. Prebiotics is the food for the bacteria, for the good bacteria to promote growth and
Oh,
population for good
so
bacteria. So
so there's two things. There's prebiotics and
yes,
probiotics. I didn't
yeah.
realize that. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so
Okay.
probiotics is the good bacteria. Prebiotics is the food for the good bacteria. So you can like
Okay.
help them thrive and populate in your tummy. Okay. So
Okay.
um, quick tips for you if you are experiencing like flatulence, bloating, constipation, things like that, even low mood, low energy, even acne breakouts and things like that. I would, yeah, I would. Most probably, it's an issue with your gut health. Most probably. So if you
Okay.
wanna improve your gut health, first do an elimination diet. So this is why detox tea is not gonna work. You're not gonna populate the good bacteria in your body by just moving stool and then expecting it to be okay. No. And also when you take detox tea, it's actually going to affect the microbiome, the good bacteria in your body. So eliminate first what's causing the bad bacteria to thrive, and those are the food that causes inflammation. We all know that already. These are food that are highly processed, high in sugar. Milk and dairy is actually also on the list, and eggs for some people. Like for me personally, I have intolerance with dairy, milk,
Mhm.
and egg. So we had to remove all of that red meat as well, and then slowly introduce food again and see how my body or my gut would react to that. So that's one. Second is enough sleep, good sleep. We need time to like really rest our digestive system. So intermittent fasting can also be good because we're not always like, when you're running a machine, the gears is always on. So we're taking a break for a while so it can relax and it can like chill and relax and recover, right? So we need that, and also increase our intake of prebiotic food, which is mostly vegetables, fruits and vegetables, because they have fiber. Any food that has high fiber content is good for your what they call this, for your good bacteria, because fiber, some of the fiber that we eat we cannot digest, and they can only be digested by the good bacteria. So we eat fiber for our bacteria, for our good bacteria. So it's actually really simple, and it's always been the same culprits: highly processed food and chronic high consumption of added sugar.
So those are the two main drivers: the
Yeah.
processed food and the high sugar. Those are the main reasons. And if you're suffering from bad gut health, I can't think of a more politically correct way of saying it, then you should look to maybe change your diet. And like you were saying, do an elimination diet. Um, Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the juicing diet. That just doesn't. I don't get it. It's basically starvation, and I don't get. But I like what you're saying there. Is you eliminate certain food groups and then slowly but surely bring them back into your diet to see which
Yeah.
ones cause or which ones have that negative impact on your gut health, right? So, Coach, you don't eat any dairy or red meat at the moment. Has that always been the case, or that's just recent?
That's just recently. Actually started in 2018, but it's not like it's completely out of my diet. So when I
Okay.
started to, because I suffered from constipation and I went through a holistic clinics, it's in Centro Holistico. So it's not just about giving me pills for my symptoms,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
really going really deeper to find out what's going on. And it apparently I have like, um I don't have enough good bacteria to digest eggs. Eggs are really hard to break down the protein from eggs.
Okay.
So also because I'm also always I was always on antibiotics when I was when I was back in corporate. I'm always sick and I'm always in the hospital. They're always giving me antibiotics, and you know what? It will take like 3 years for a gut to heal from antibiotics, because antibiotics will
Wow.
not just kill the bad bacteria but also the good bacteria. So for like years and years and years, I don't have a good healthy microbiome because I'm always on antibiotics. So that's why I don't like drinking antibiotics. Anyway, so that is why one reason that I cannot digest dairy and eggs and milk, things like that, and I would get constipated and bloating and flatulence, and I have low energy. So we address that by eliminating food from my diet for like 21 to 30 days, and I felt extremely amazing after that. And we
Really?
slowly integrated the food that I enjoy but not that much, so I don't eat red meat all the time, maybe
Mhm.
once or twice a week, or maybe sometimes not not at all. Yeah, so it's not like I don't eat this food, but if I want to, I know how it will affect my body. I can eat some, I would say.
I,
So
th- I, th- I think what I admire the most there is you see all these fad diets in the moment, right? And the fad diets say, "Don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat this, don't eat that." And you're a Spartan ambassador. You've ran countless Spartan races. You're a personal coach, and you're not saying that. What you're saying is, guys, you have to eat, but just make sure what you eat works for you and your body. And it's okay that, like you're saying, once or twice a week, have the red meat, have the treat. Just don't make that your a daily routine, right? Just manage it as
yeah,
best you can, right?
yeah, yeah,
That's good.
a staple, because food is really not just about giving us energy. Like, we want to enjoy food. We have culture around food. We connect with people. We build relationship around food. Like when I went to my trip, this recent trip, I was with a group of friends, and I want to enjoy a cake with them. So I'm having cake and coffee and pizza,
Exactly.
and it's not just really about the energy that we get from it. So this is why it's important. Even with my coaching, it's really important to strike the balance of when this is okay and when something is not, it's not going to be healthy anymore.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. And for me to hear you, somebody of your caliber, say that fills me with countless joy. Now, I'm not saying that the moment this live show's over, I'm going to go off and eat a pizza, but I'm
Yeah,
pleased to hear that you don't have to. I don't think there's anything worse than looking at a dish and going, I can't eat that. I don't mean if you've got medical conditions, but if you're on a diet
yeah,
and that diet is saying you can't eat that,
yeah.
ultimately you're going to eat it, and you're probably going to eat more of it anyway, right?
Hmm. Yeah, and that is actually mostly about the mental game. So this is not, I'm not gonna eat this cake because this is already my third cake for today. But it's like, I'm choosing not to eat this because it's already my third cake in it today.
Yeah,
So it's
it's
always about how you see things, and that relationship with food is going to affect you and your health. Importantly, most important.
you're right. You're right. It's how you look at it. It's like we spoke about at the in July when some people have a to-do list, and other people look at it as
Yeah,
I get to do it, right?
I
So I
get to
get
do
to
it.
work out every day rather than going. I have to work out every day, or I've got to, it's a different mindset. And I think you're right when it comes to food. There's so much to unpack here, Kai, honestly. And
I know. We're always running out of time.
I feel a bit of a nerdy going, oh my God, I'm geeking out over this. But look, we're coming to the last 5 minutes of the show. So why don't you, it's a lovely segue because you were just talking then about your coaching. Just maybe give everybody an update in terms of where you are with your coaching. Have you got any new programs coming out or master classes? Kind of where are you at the moment?
Okay. It was, I'm still working through my emotions right now because I am still disappointed that I'm back in Manila. I was supposed to be holding this talk by the beaches,
Oh, no, don't say that.
But we make the best of what we have. So, I do have a promotion ongoing until August 8th. So my signature program, it's Up Level. Up Level is a 6-month transformation program that I do with people, and like we get really clear on what they want with their lives. And this is not just about movement and nutrition, because movement, nutrition, mindset, that is just your tools to really enjoy the life that you want to live, right? So this Up Level is my signature program, the work of my life. And 6 months ago, I've been talking about it with just my results coming from my own transformation. But now I'm talking about it with the transformations of the student who trusted me, who went on this journey in the past 6 months, and they had amazing results. And I wanted to onboard more people to join us, to transform their lives, to build healthier patterns so they can like create the life that they desire. It's not just I want to have 6-pack abs or whatever, but what is the higher purpose to all the desire that you want? What is the higher purpose so that you are every day waking up feeling excited, feeling committed, feeling like I'm meant to be here. I'm doing this. I'm high on this, right? So I have a promotion coming up that everyone joining until August 8th will only pay 18% of the total program price.
18%.
And it's I know, and this is huge because my signature program is $5,000 to work with me for 6 months one-on-one. I'm only having.
So you're saying like an over 80% discount, an 82% discount.
82% discount. Yep. And I'm opening up 8 slots because it's 8/18. It feels so aligned for me. I love the number 8, and also it's my day. It's 8/18. So yeah, I'm super 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 excited. Even though I've worked with mentors in the past, and they would tell me to never discount any of your programs. Like if you want to add value, just give them bonuses and things like that. But never discount your program prices. But for me, this feels aligned. This feels super aligned. I wanna like generously give that at 18% for 8 people who wants to shift, transform their lives for the better.
And people contact you via IG, via the address on the bottom, right? That's the best way to contact you, right?
So if you are interested to like find out what your legacy is, what you're here for, what's your purpose. So you're not just cruising this good life because you want to have the great life, right? So you want to do something better, become better because you know you're meant for it and you're ready. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm not here to convince you that you need a shift in your life. I'm here for people who are already decided, I'm ready, I want to do it, I want to change my life, I want to do something big for myself, for people around me. This is for you, and you can contact me on my Instagram. It's kai.abas. Kai Abbas. So yeah, I'm super excited because I'm honored to see all the transformations that my students has achieved inside this container, and I'm excited. I'm excited for more people to join us in this transformation.
I'm just doing the math now, so let's So basically, it's like 1,000 USD compared to 5,000,
It's
something like
actually
that, right?
it's somewhere close to 888 USD. So
Okay. I see what you've
I
done.
like the
I see
number
what you've
8,
done.
so it's like 888 USD. Like
Wow.
I was on the plane when I thought about it. I was on the plane flying to Boracay, and I was like, what if I do an 888 promotion because that's my birthday? And then when I computed it, oh my god, it's 18%. Ah, then it's like magic. In my head, like, oh, this is a line. Okay.
It's like the stars are aligning. Wow, coach, that's guys. I cannot honestly. If you're looking to transform your life, like coach was saying there, get on this program for over 80% discount. That's amazing,
Yeah.
coach. It's always a pleasure. I love our monthly sessions. I'm looking forward to unpacking a little bit more of the gut health, and we can do that next month. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for your time.
Of
Any
course.
last words? Any last words to our audience before we go?
Um, I don't know. Just keep sane and healthy the next 2 weeks. Make sure you're eating right and you're sleeping right and hydrating. And I'll talk to you
That's it.
soon.
Lovely. Thanks, coach. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Any questions you got for coach, please feel free to reach out to her. That's her IG account on the bottom there. Take care, everybody. Look after yourself. Be kind, and we'll see you next month. Take care. Bye.